Oh, you already know it's going to come on and be echoing because I forgot to do it again. That's just how it gets down. But hey. All right. In the words of the man himself, how's everybody doing out there? I just got to say I finished watching Cobra Kai Season 2, the finale, and it was amazing. All right. Oh, not too bad. Caught it kind of in time. Oh man, yep. I was like I said, I think I'm the only person watching the stream that's actually kind of been on cue with it and just watched one at a time and finally got to the finale and oh my god, absolutely amazing. What's up, Andy? How you doing today?
I'm great. And was my prediction right? Was Stingray's best moment yet to come?
Oh my god. He had so many good ones. Like the background cues are like those little conversations you weren't even supposed to hear, but were kind of in the background. Some of those were pretty epic. Like, punch me in the face, do me next. Oh, like some of that shit was just epic. But yes, Stingray, the ray of Sting brought the absolute love, dude. It was amazing. And you're like, what's the situation on the teacher's lounge is what's really important. Like, we're gonna talk about it, but that was absolutely ridiculous, man. You gotta love the Ray of Sting. He's absolutely dope. One of the best characters of this series. Unbelievable. How do you rate this finale compared to like even the last finale or like any other episode? Like for me, this one was up there.
Oh man, like we were talking about a while back on like our favorite episodes, and you were like, you were asking like, is this your favorite episode? And I kind of have a couple that are up there, but most of them were like the last two episodes and then one earlier this season. And so it was hard for me. But now I can finally say like this episode, maybe the one before it, those are probably top 2 or 3. It's between those two. I like this episode. Like I kind of was telling you before the stream, it's kind of like the whole 1917. You got like where it's just like a big long scene of everybody fighting, and it's it's pretty great. I liked all that.
Oh, right out of the gate, they just brought the love. I mean, just action packed, like from Jump Street. Like it was just everything about it was amazing. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm telling you, like 4 minutes in, I like realized I'm just sitting there with a big old shit-eating grin on my face. Like, this is what I wanted right here. Like, this is everything. It was amazing. Let's get into it. We see this week it opened up with Danny Boy has done his job, and he patched things up quite nicely with Mrs. Danielson. And for the first time all summer, Amanda actually got to wake up with a smile on her face. You don't think the kids heard us, do you? He's like, well, they didn't hear me. I was like, even Daniel bringing the love right out of the gate, dude. I was like instantly into it.
Yep.
It was so dope. I was like, this is how it should be right here. Daniel not annoying me, actually being a part of and making things great. Yeah. What's that?
I agree. Like he's not being annoying in that.
What's up, Samuel Morningstar? Good to see you out there. Chalk another W for Miyagi-Do. Daniel just doesn't lose. Oh, I don't know about that. My man Johnny is he gets some licks in, but yeah, it's oh god, just absolutely fantastic all the way around. But once it started, Daniel walks in to say good morning to Sam, only to find out she never even made it home. And I like how her mom like finally acknowledged the fact of the two teenagers that have been living together all summer. And of course, Daniel's like, oh, no way, I'm not ready to go there yet. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. How's that not the first place you go?
Yeah.
About wearing some blinders. What's that all about?
Especially, you already hate his dad. Like, you should not trust him. I don't know. It's just he's stupid. I think it was weird that it took her so long to bring it up, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I said, weeks ago, I would be like, sorry, kid, you got to live out on the street. Like, or you're going to live with your dad. You ain't living here with my daughter.
No, we're about to talk to Andy about some daddy moments here in a second because it goes down. I'm like, yep. For once, I'm on D's side. Hell no. But we're about to get there. But yeah, it sounds like Daniel's been living in denial for a while over this thing. It's come on. 2 good-looking kids, just raging hormones. Get the hell out of here. You don't think something's going on. You can't be that stupid.
Yeah, but it's that idealistic view or the idealized view of his daughter, right? That she's perfect.
Right. Exactly, which we definitely know better. What we've been talking, like we know Sam's not the perfect little angel she claims and tries to show out to be. But Daniel tries to check Sam's laptop, but doesn't have a password to unlock it. But not to fear, Mama-san has that covered. And she's like, what? Now is not the time. I was like, she was all looking at him crooked when he was all sneaking, looking at her stuff when she's in the things. Like, shit, I've been there, done that. I got the password. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to wait for her to go in the shower. I'll wait till she's not home and look at it all. I was like, dude, Mama just knows. Hey, Linda, what's to see? Good to see you out there. Good to see you. I was just telling Andy about that little meme you sent me. That is hilarious. I mean, that so perfect and on point. I love that thing. That's awesome. But over to Sam sleeping it off while Robbie looks and sees all the memories that his dad's been keeping over the years in the box. And it seems like this may actually be the break that Johnny needed to kind of reconcile with Robbie. You think so?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about how Robbie looks at his dad, right? Mm-hmm. It's not really about how Johnny looks at Robbie. So, yeah, it's kind of this thing that's showing like, yeah, he's not perfect, but, neither are you, and he's going to help in this situation. Like, he'll be there for you, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, Anna's going to force him away from, right? Like, the whole situation is going to force him away from Danny, right?
Yep, exactly. Got to have some place to go. And Johnny's always been there for him. I mean, it's been Robbie pushing him away. And now that he actually heard his mom say that part of that's her fault, pushing her BS onto him, that he's kind of looks like he might be ready to open up a little bit. And he knows, like, he's not an idiot. This kid's super smart. So he knows what's going on with him and Sam can't last forever. I mean, living in paradise, that's going to get found out. They're getting ready to tell the parents. Instantly, as soon as you tell Daniel, he's going to be like, well, you ain't living here then. You know what I mean? So he's probably ready. Like, maybe I need a place to go, and Daddy's spot is basically all there is. So I think Robbie's putting the big picture all together, and he knows, like, this is the time it's time to reconcile. Sadly, I can't watch season 3 until Friday. Did they drop the entire season or episode by episode? Oh no, we're not there. They haven't dropped season 3. They're not dropping it until Friday. We're just talking about the finale of season 2. I literally just caught up and literally just watched the finale of season 2 last night. So yep, that's what we're here to talk about tonight. No mercy. But yeah, Daniel, I think that's pretty sweet. That's going to be a good time for Johnny and Robbie to reconcile. It looks like Robbie's eyes are opening up, like, oh, my dad really does care, keeping all this stuff. And he comes out and thanks Johnny for letting him stay there. And I mean, it's starting to be pretty cool until Daniel shows up after using the Find My iPhone app. And for once, I was on his side. Like, if my daughter was in another man's house and he was sitting there telling me to calm down or he's not going to let me in, I too would have just kicked the door open and let myself in. Like, there ain't no telling me to calm down when my daughter's in your house right now and didn't come home last night. Get me the fuck to her now, or there's about to be a problem.
Yep, 100%. I'm with Danny on that one.
I was thinking of you the whole time. I was like, that is exactly what Andy would have done, dude. I was like,
dude, I would immediately. It would have kicked it in. I would have kicked the shit out of him. There wouldn't have been no talking. I would have been, comic book or 80s style television level of ignoring or not talking it out. Like, I would be so livid. There would be no chance at all.
No chance, dude. My daughter's in there and you're trying to hold me back for some reason. Like, dude, I will incinerate this door. You better get me inside right now. Like,
it's like making it worse. You're like, calm down. Don't fucking tell me to calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Calm down. My daughter's inside and you're holding me out for some reason. No, there's no calm in the situation. It's about to go down. And it does. It was so awesome. It's like, boom, it was on instantly. And we finally get a little taste of the Johnny Danielson rematch. And I got to say, it kind of seemed like, Danny boy was getting the better of Johnny. Like, it was hard to fade the protective daddy rage. Like, Danny boy was bringing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's your kid. You're going to do that. That's all I'm saying. Like, in that situation, you got to root for Danny because it was dumb. Just let him in. Just let him in. And I get it from Johnny's perspective, too, a little bit. He's about to protect his son
right,
from that. right?
Yeah, he knows what comes after that, like instantly where Daniel's mind's going. So, yeah, that could be a problem all the way around. Yep, he definitely had his shining moment right there. It's like, here's Johnny. Like, no, here's Daniel, and it's about to be on. That was awesome. Oh, so sweet. But yeah, fucking it was on. They got it on. He got the daddy rage going, and right when it starts getting good, Sam and Robbie come out and get him to stop, and then Danny gives Robbie like the parting verbal jab and grabs Sam and leaves. Like, oh, you want to be like him? Fine. Like, what a dick. Like, dude, you're in here causing all kinds of havoc and just being an asshat. If I was Johnny, I'd have been like, and what about my TV you just smashed, mother? Like, you know what I mean? That's $1,000 you can just fork over right now. I was like, how are you just going to let him leave? He came in and busted up your TV and you just going to let him walk out the door? Hell no.
Maybe Johnny's the real adult and he's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. No worries.
Oh, man, that was epic. But next we're right into the first day of school and all the kids are getting reacquainted, except for Miguel's a little worried that he hasn't heard from Tori with a Y since the party got busted. So we don't know where she's at, and we're a little like, what's happening with her? Did you think she was going to this school? Like she was a kid at this school? Because we've never seen her before. Like she just an outside kid that came in. Like, did she even go to that school?
I think that's got brought up earlier in the season. And she's like new or something. I don't know. I think it got brought up. Like, have we never seen you or something? So I just don't remember the answer, so I don't want to answer it for you. But I'm pretty sure she's new. She transferred.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Oh, Cinnamon Morning Star still has hopes that they join forces to take on the big bad next season. That is a distinct possibility because we already see that when they actually sit there and are calm and talk things out and are forced to communicate, they actually get along okay. Like both times they were forced to hang out, they actually ended up being fine and like had a pretty good time together. So yeah, I could definitely see that happening. You think they're going to team up in the future and go after Cobra Kai together?
Probably. I imagine they'll go in to take back Cobra Kai, but it's kind of a bummer to me. Like I like the Cobra Kai stuff, and the show's called Cobra Kai, so you got to get Cobra Kai back. But that's like at the end of the episode, so we can talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, maybe the new girl. Yep, absolutely. I mean, this episode just keeps getting better and better. You got to love the the totally out of it dad moment that Danielson has. Like he takes Sam to school and just forget about the teenage drama and just live for this year and just concentrate on your pre-calculus, okay? I'm like, yeah, that's gonna happen with this little girl. I'm like, are you dude? Like, how out of it is Danielson?
He's crazy. That's like what I was saying. His daughter's perfect, and like it's not her fault that she got hammered. It was Robbie and Johnny's fault. Like that's what I get like from the whole situation. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, like she is responsible for what she does, and how does she not like just protect him the whole time? Like, no, legit. Here's what happened.
Right.
I was like out drinking Miguel's girlfriend in a competition. The Cobra Kais were there. We were fighting your feud. Dude, I would tell him all that shit. Like,
well, maybe when she's talking later, like she says she should have just told him. Maybe that's what she was thinking in that kind of way. Like, if I had actually told him how it went down and what happened, he probably would have understood and been okay with it. But when you're a teenage wasted, not wanting to get busted by your parents, you're just not thinking that way. So that's not really a legitimate way. Like, that could never happen. I don't think so. But you never know. But yeah, Daniel is definitely living in fantasy land and has been this entire series.
Yeah, kids are kind of dumb. Like, to be fair.
Exactly. They're not thinking big picture or like what's really up. But over to Johnny and Robbie, and Johnny's doing his best to be a good parent, and he bought Robbie a bunch of school supplies, but he couldn't find a trapper keeper. Are those things still cool? I was like, Robbie just looks at him like, I don't know what that is. Johnny's all living back in Fantasyland. He all goes into nostalgia mode, just, I had one with a fighter jet. It was awesome.
Yeah. He's great.
Dude, that is the pure Johnny Gold that I live for in this series. Oh, since Johnny's on his way out to the dojo, maybe he'll team up with Anderson against Creed. Yep, we'll get to that. We never know. But yeah, when Johnny, like those one-liners of Johnny going back all 80s, like full 80s mode, those are my favorite parts of the series. Like he just literally just went into Fantasyland for a second, like, yeah, I went with a fighter jet. It was awesome. Like, dude, that was so great. And it was nice to see Robbie and Johnny kind of having that bonding moment. Like, oh, it took to the season finale, but we actually see him kind of bonding up and making up a little bit. I thought that was pretty cool. What do you think about it?
It's great. But how about, like, what did I tell you? Nothing in this season, in this whole series, lasts for more than like 2 episodes. I've been telling you that the whole time. Like, there's everything, right? Him and Robbie get back together, or they're like good. What happens after this episode? That's like 1 episode long that they're like on good terms, and then there's no way it goes back to normal. No way.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a day. It was a couple hours. It was literally a couple hours. I mean, yeah, this show flies, dude. It's crazy. Even next year, he'll bust out his 80s lunchbox. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I had the Trapper Keeper feel it. I knew what he was talking about. That was awesome. Oh, I just love those callbacks. Yeah, exactly, Linda. More like 2 minutes. I mean, this show moves ridiculously fast. Like no holds barred. It is just lightning pace all the way.
That's what I'm saying. What's the longest relationship we've seen in this series?
No. Daniel and his wife. That's it.
No, but you can't count that because they were married before.
Right. Other than that, yeah, they don't last. They just don't. None of them do.
Is it like Hawk and Moon? They were together for like 3 episodes.
They were the wrong ones. Oh, so classic. So Robbie finally meets up with Sam in the school hall and sees how down and out she still is over what happened. And she's now thinking, like we were just saying, she should have just went home and faced the music. But like I said, that's just not really rational. No teen thinks that way in that situation. So I don't know. Yep. She's going to be so hard on herself.
Well, because she should be hard on herself. If you got to be hard on yourself, especially since your dad's just going to baby glove it like the whole time.
Right. But I mean, about that situation, like she might have made the wrong choice, but 99.9% of kids in that situation are going to make that same choice. So
yeah, but if like 99% of people ate turds for breakfast, like, would you feel bad that you didn't eat a turd for breakfast? That's all I'm saying. Like, you can't compare yourself to the herd and be like, okay, that's right because everybody else is doing it.
Hey, no, it's because you do it and you learn from your mistakes and you move on and you grow from it. But if you've never eaten a turd before and found out 99.9% of everybody else is doing it, you might start thinking, hey, maybe I thought wrong. Maybe there was something I was missing out. I don't
know. I'm just saying you can't do because the group is doing it. Like you can't. That's not a reason. It's like those weird experiments where they like have a bunch of people stand backwards in an elevator and then a new person walks in the elevator and they look around and they know it's off, but they stand backwards in the elevator anyway. Right? And you don't think so, but people do it. Like there's all these experiences about people doing it.
I get it. People are sheep, 100%. Yeah. That's like just saying, dude, it's like getting on a highway on an on-ramp and there'll be like 50 cars like backed up, and you just go to the right because there's 2 lanes there and you just drive right up to the front of it because all these people, I guess this is a line. And if you think about it for 2 seconds, you're like, no, wait a minute. And you just move out. Yeah. Oh, dude, people are sheep. Don't ever get it twisted. I mean,
so I'm saying, don't be one of the sheep. You should be critical of yourself.
My whole point was she shouldn't be hard on herself because 99.9% of kids would have made the same mistake. I'm not saying that it's right or that it's right. But they're all going to do it. You do it, you figure out it's wrong. Now you learn from it and move on. But don't beat yourself up for making that mistake that pretty much everybody would have done because that's the situation you're in. Now
but how do you learn? How do you learn if you don't dwell on it?
You make the mistake and then you're like, well, that was the wrong move. And now you know to do the right move next time.
But if you don't beat yourself up about it, you're liable to make a similar mistake again because you're not putting enough thought into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you have to crush yourself to be able to learn from something. I think you can do it and be like, well, that was freaking stupid. I'm not going to do that again and just keep it moving.
It has to be incredibly stupid, and I feel terrible about it. And then I have to think about a whole lot, like what I did.
Some people got to be some people are a little thicker, and it takes a little longer to learn the lesson. That's for sure. Absolutely.
For sure.
But at least some truths come out of all this, and Robbie admits to what really happened with the Medal of Honor. And it kind of seemed like Sam was about to admit to kissing Miguel, but the school bell rings, and Robbie doesn't want to be late on his first day. So I don't know. Should she have just went ahead and piped forward and told him that anyway? And of course, he would have been late because they would have had some talking to do. But wouldn't it have been better to just kind of get that out? I mean, they say no more lies, just air it out. But I don't know. That might not be something you just spit out with 2 seconds to go, right?
Yeah. You're like, oh, I cheated on you. Bye. Like, that seems like the worst move. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to class.
By the way, drunk kissing Miguel at the party. See you soon.
It's like that episode of The Office where you haven't really seen The Office, right? Where Michael, he tells Andy that his girlfriend's cheating on him, but he does it like as he's rolling up the window and he like leaves right away. He's like, Angela's cheating on you with Dwight, and like rolls up the window and leaves. It's that type of situation. That's a way worse way to do it. So she probably had the right move.
It's better for the person saying it. Yeah, best time to say it. Sorry, gotta go. It's like, oh, by the way, see ya. Absolutely. Get it out, get it done. Hey, I told you. What do you want from me? That's hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, next we see the Ray Sting. Just one word, Stingray, is applying for a job at high school. I guess he just wants to be closer to his new pals in Quiver, but that job interview seems to be going exactly as one might imagine. Like, what's the situation in the teacher's lounge looking like? Like, dude, how great. Dude, it's like, do you have any other? You're like, your resume is a little spotty. Can you like fill it in? He's like, oh, well, I did recently win the red versus black team. He's like, not a big deal. Unless you're in the karate community, then a very big deal. Dude, I love this character.
He's great.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, way back when you said just feel the Stingray, I'm like, I instantly just thought he was going to try to get a cool car like Johnny and get like a Corvette Stingray. But, oh, no. He took it to such a better place. I'm absolutely loving the Ray Sting. Might be my favorite character in this whole show. I don't know. Yaya's up there too, though. They're definitely both in the top 3.
Johnny, Stingray, then Yaya.
Yeah, it might be just like that. I don't know. I might like Stingray even more than Johnny, dude. I mean, Stingray is the man. Oh, what's up, Iron Chone? Good to see you out there. Good to see you. Absolutely. It's time to talk some karate. Oh, we were just talking about the Ray Sting and being in there on his new job interview. But next, we go back to listening to a very enthusiastic school administrator welcoming all the students back from school or summer vacation, only to be interrupted by a still very worked up and broken-hearted Tori with a Y. Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. And Tori with a Y was on a mission, and she calls out Sam over the school loudspeakers for all to hear. No way around it. Sam's about to be confronted in front of all her peers. And we just know it is absolutely about to go down, right?
Right. Oh, man. Imagine, like, you're in high school and that happens. You're like, she already feels bad about it. You already know. Like, she feels bad about it. And then, boom. Oh, shit. Now it gets way worse.
And there's no getting out of it. Like, everybody in school, like, how high school, the school drama goes. There's no getting out of it. Like, this battle's about to go down. There's no leaving, no getting around it. Like, she's going to have to face this one head on. But she's not really worried about it. She can protect herself, but oh, man, what a crazy way to do it. She's like, it's on, bitch. I was like, ooh, she's not holding nothing back. Like, she just threw that little school administrator to the side and said, give me that. I was like, Tori with a Y is on a mission. My favorite is Danielson said no one ever.
Exactly.
Oh, he's one of my favorites for being the producer of this show and bringing it to life because it is absolutely amazing and I'm loving every minute of it. I think it's had like literally 2 episodes that I didn't really care for. The rest have been absolute gold.
And one of the episodes you didn't like, I kind of liked. It was in my middle. I think it's a decent episode to me. The bar one, right? Where they're at the bar.
Was that the one? Was that
the test drive and stuff? where he takes a test drive and they're bobbing their head to the music.
Oh yeah. All the Hollywood tropes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think
I like that one.
That was one of them. That was one that it walked up to that cheese ball line and then just decided to take a couple steps over. It's like you could have reeled back on a couple of those. So yeah, that was one. That was one that wasn't one of my favorites. That and like, because in my head, I think it's like episode 2 of both seasons are 2 of my least favorites. For some reason, I think it's episode 2 in both seasons. I was like episode. I think it was this season's episode 2 is probably my least favorite of all of them. I was like, oh no, tell me this isn't where this season's going because this is awful. But oh no, they picked it back up in high gear, and yeah, absolutely brought me right back in. I hope his son joins Cobra Kai next season. Oh, I would be happy if the son wasn't even in next season. I was so happy they cut him out for most of this season.
So much better if he joins Cobra Kai. That would be amazing. Because think about Danny, how he treats his kid. That's how the kid ends up. Imagine that kid as like Johnny or Crease's student. Get the hell out of here. Like, oh, I'm just going to order another one. You took it from me? Alexa, order me another PS Vita.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, dude, they'd beat it. They'd beat him bloody. Like, it would be good for him for sure. He needs a boot camp type situation, but I don't know. It would be fun to see, but I could almost see just not even having this kid around. He annoys the crap out of me. Can you make me Eggos and not those freezer ones? The ones you make by hand. It's like we just told you your sister's missing, and you want to talk about Eggos, you little shit.
He doesn't even know they're called waffles.
Yeah, exactly, which was part of the joke, which was awesome. It's hard to remember each episode without these streams since I watched them all in 2 days, right? Yeah, I know everybody else binged. Like I said, I think I'm the only one going through this that actually watched it one by one. So it has been awesome kind of stepping it up. And like I said, right on time now because in 2 days, season 3 goes. So I didn't even have to wait. It's all going to be fresh and ready to go. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, now we'd be back on the same pace. I'll try to hold back. But like I said, like that episode 3 gets you. The third episode got me to where I was like, now I'm just going to watch them all. Like I can't, like I can do a week at a time. Third episode, I'm just going to go.
So maybe that's how they set it out. Cause I said it was both the episode 2s that were so weak. So maybe they bring it in cool with the start and then they freaking do a lame episode 2. And then they bring the thunder on episode 3 to just make you binge the whole season and be like,
yeah, they might be.
Oh dude, it's clever. Yep. It's all in there. It's a master plan. Oh, funny, but I was thinking, like right after they did that was this school has the shortest classes in history. Like that lady was still on the comms, like welcoming all the students back, and then like 2 minutes later the bell rings and the fight's on. I was like, are there like 4-minute classes these kids go to?
It's going based on like it's all relative, right? Like if relationship, if teenage 4-month relationship can be condensed down into like a couple hours, then a class has to be condensed down into like 2 minutes.
Seconds, yeah.
So,
but it's funny, it kind of took me out of it. I was like, she just took it from that lady who was just welcoming the kids back, like who had just sat down, and 2 minutes later it's on and the bell rings and it's fight. Like
it might have been. What if it was like
ring the bell?
What if it was like a tardy bell, and then all the kids are like, "Nah, fight's happening. We're out of here."
Maybe that was like the last bell or whatever to be seated. No, because she was already talking. I think maybe Tori hit the bell. She's like, nope, class is out. It's on. Let's get it. Brooklyn, I don't know. That just took me out of it for a second. I was like, these are the shortest classes in high school history, dude. That was 2 minutes. That lady wasn't even done welcoming him back yet, and the bell to go was on hitting. I was like, God dang. So then we get the close-up on Sam and Tori and let us know it is about to go down. And Miguel and Robbie are in full sprint mode trying to get there to intervene, but destiny will have its due, and it is go time. The girls meet up in the crossroads of a hallway and start to circle, sizing each other up. Tori lets her know that she saw her kiss Miguel right as Robbie shows up, and it was like a dagger to his heart. It was like, oh, man. Like, how's Robbie supposed to react to that when he gets up there and finds out the girl he's coming to save has been kissing some other boy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and he still does, like, the noble thing.
That's awesome. Oh, Linda, she says, I'm waiting to watch him as he stream. More to comment on. I think it's more fun trying to guess. Yeah, get on there and talk about it and see what's going on, and I'll try to guess what's going to happen next before actually knowing. But it is tough. I already know. It's like Christmas presents. You just want to break in and see what's in there. It's not hard. Not easy. Time doesn't exist in a Cobra Kai multi-universe. Feel it. She's trying to go Thanos on us. Before Sam can explain, it's on. Chris says, we got to do something. And Dimitri's like, yeah, good idea. And then runs away to find a teacher. I mean, has he done anything? It's like he would have never blasted in Cobra Kai, that's for sure.
Well, he didn't. He tried twice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tori saw the kiss through the window, so she was fired up. That's why she wouldn't answer any of Miguel's phone calls. So when the cops came or whatever, he hadn't talked to her since the party because she is not happy with him at all.
I always think this is weird. Why do you get so mad at like the other person? Right? They're not in your relationship. Like I get you being mad, but it's not my responsibility to watch after your relationship. Like that's his.
No, I get that for sure. But being a man on the man side of it, you already know it's different. Like if you were to walk in on some dude with your woman doing whatever. You can't, I mean, me anyway, I can't put my hands on a woman and I'm going to want to hurt somebody physically. So who's left? You know what I mean? And you knew that she was with me, so you're not completely innocent. So you're about to feel something. I promise you that. I mean, that's what
I guess I never understood that. I'd be like,
you get mad at somebody and scream at them. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the same way. Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. It's like, why are you mad at them? They were not in a relation. They're not even going out with anybody. They're free to do whatever they want with anybody they want, except.
If it's not like your best friend, right? Like they already don't like each other. So like if it was my friend, I would be mad.
Or a family member even.
Yeah, I would fight him then. But if it was just someone else, I'd be like, congratulations. Like, I don't know.
Oh man, I know, that is amazing.
Awkward.
Exactly. Just walk in, you're like, all right, well, I guess that's that. Oh man, so Dimitri runs away to find a teacher, and we can all guess what's about to happen next. Hawk makes it to the action, and with a twinkle in his eye, yells out, "It is on!" And the big battle we all knew was coming is finally here, and it is not disappointing. It wasn't disappointing to me. It was time to air out some grievances, except for Moon, who, of course, comes in like, come on, guys, can't we all just get along? Which was just the perfect thing for Moon to do. Poor Moon just wants to smoke her calorie-free weed and be merry. It's like, can't you just kick it?
Exactly.
But that was pretty priceless and perfect for her character. I love that. And then it broke out into just the full-blown brawl, and even with the teachers are like, I don't get paid enough for this. I'm not doing nothing. I'm out. It's like, but there was one man who was up for the task. We already know. As the principal calls out for security, the Ray of Sting says, not to worry, sir, I got this. And as he walks through punching and kicking children while grabbing a quick high five from the Hawkman, I was like, dude, by this time I was literally giggling out loud. Like, I love how they just jump right into the action with this episode. Everything about this episode is amazing.
Right. Here's the brilliance of the show, right? Is you were concerned when we were talking yesterday that it's not like he could do anything because what's he gonna do? Beat up a bunch of kids? Like you were like, that's ridiculous. And then in this episode, he's kicking the shit out of little kids, but it's like doing it in a way that you think it's hilarious. Right? Like it sets it up perfectly. Like you think it's funny. You're okay with it now. Right, that he's beating up kids because of how he's doing it. It's funny.
I was crying. I was absolutely crying. Yeah, I was totally on board. I mean, of course, because it's a show, like you can sit back and laugh. The reality of that would be horrifying. Like this man just beating the shit out of kids. Like that would be ridiculous. But in the show, I was crying, dude. I mean, it was absolutely a mess. Absolutely amazing. Sunday Morning Star says, I'm with you, Snafu, especially if one had no clue they were in a relationship. So absolutely. I think it shows they always attack the other person.
Also, Tori really doesn't have a case here. She emotionally stole Miguel, she capitalized on Miguel being in like a vulnerable state to like take him away. He was emotionally still in a relationship with her when Tori got involved. So that's on her.
To an extent, I mean, one, they're kids, so I mean, there's a little bit of an out there, and yeah, she 100% knew where emotionally Miguel was at when she met him. But the fact is that she did rope him in, and they have been kissing, and now they're together. And I mean, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people that have been in relationships before that. Now, once you're in another relationship, that doesn't mean you get to go back because you like somebody else and your wife took you away and now you're married. You don't get to go back with that other girl because your wife stole you away. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like the fact that he went ahead and was like accepted to take it to that other level. I mean, that doesn't give him a free pass after that.
I'm just saying, like, she can be mad at him. That's what I'm saying, right? You can be mad at him, but to be mad at her, you did kind of the same thing, was my point.
Right.
She did the same thing to him, or to Sam in a way. It's a very thin line what they did to each other. So there's no point in being mad at Miguel.
Yeah, I get you there. Except it's teenage hormones, and that just doesn't work that way in reality. But yes, exactly. Big picture. And
there's no point in being mad.
What's that?
I said there's no point in being mad at Sam. I said that wrong. She should be mad at Miguel.
Right.
But
where are all the teachers at during this brawl? Like, they were all staying in classrooms acting like nothing was happening. Like, I get it. Like, we don't get paid, but just not one of them, not a football coach or PE teacher or nothing. Like, dude, this brawl was going on for a minute, like through halls and through doorways and up and down stairs, and there wasn't a teacher nowhere. Like, the cops would have been called by now.
This is 2020 or 2019 in California. You can't lay any hands on a kid unless you're the Stingray. Like, right?
Well, you can stop kids from fighting, though. But yeah, that one teacher.
No, you can't. You can't now. If a teacher can get in trouble for physically breaking up a fight.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not buying that.
For
stop physical and bodily harm, you can get in trouble for. I'm not buying that.
Yeah, look it up. There's like videos. People were really mad about it a few years ago. The teacher got fired for breaking up a fight, like because he grabbed the kids and pulled them apart.
That's insanity. That's insanity. I don't know. I've never heard about that. That's nuts. That is way too far down the rabbit hole for me. It's like, dude, you'd rather have your kids just have them beat the shit out of each other? That's ridiculous. And I don't know. I didn't really like how Chris got knocked down and then had to use a book as a weapon to win his fight. That kind of bummed me out.
Me too. I was like, oh, you kind of seen a flip side to it. Like, oh, once you're getting your ass kicked, like it's okay to like break the rules now. You had a fair fight, and now you're like, well, I'm going to use a book now because I'm losing. Yeah. And a lot of that kind of happened. There was a few of those with the Miyagi-Do people who were like, when they're losing, they're like, well, the rules, they shouldn't apply to me. They're the bad guys for not following the rules. I don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah, I can't touch them anymore. That is ridiculous, Linda, if that's really how it is, because that's not even right. I'd want somebody to break. If I had a kid, I'd want somebody to break up the fight before they got hurt. That's insane. You have to let the invisible hand of the market decide the fight. I am bringing it as usual. But Hawk got a little wake-up call during this fight. He chased Dimitri all through the halls, but when he finally caught up to him, he got a little more than he was ready for. He got a little more than he bargained for on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what would Dimitri bringing up a little love? It's like, I don't even know if I like that they gave him that moment, but they did, and he did it. He handled it.
Yeah, I think, Hawk should have won. Give Dimitri a little redemption. Like, you knew it was going to happen based on, like, the whole training montage, like an episode or two ago. But he didn't deserve it. Like, okay, you got one thing. Dude, he's been complaining the whole time, and Hawk has been all in. Like, okay, I'm all in. I'm going to learn all this stuff. And then he gets beat. Come on.
Well, that's what I was saying. I didn't like they gave him that moment. I thought that was kind of BS. And you just had to love how the security guard, when one finally gets there, instead of breaking up all the ones who are really creating havoc and the ones who are really beating the crap out of each other, he makes his way through and grabs the two smallest kids in the fight and carries them off. I was like, yeah, you're a real big help, security. I was like, are you kidding me? All this going on, and you grab the two littlest dudes that are doing like nothing and pick them up and go, way to go, hero. I was like, you gotta be kidding me with that one.
That's hilarious. Another thing that inept adults in this show.
Oh, it was terrible. I was like, that is the worst ever. That was the worst ever. But it was fun watching two little geeks beat each other up. That was funny. Like two little just ant hits hitting each other. But the brawl ensues, and Dimitri knocks out Hawk, and Sam takes down Tori with a Y, and the only two left are Miguel and Robbie. And it's back and forth until Miguel finally puts Robbie down, but he had time to size him up for the finishing blow, and just when he was getting ready to, one of Johnny's lessons seeps into his mind. Time to show mercy. And Miguel decides to show some of that mercy, and Robbie uses this hesitation to kick Miguel over the railing to the floor below, and Miguel is out and broken to boot. We need an ambulance to West Valley High School immediately. What? And I gotta say, I was pretty bummed that I got this one spoiled. 2 episodes ago, I was looking for one of my own thumbnails so I could open up the chat and get it in. And I saw the thumbnail of him sitting there with I never even saw that in the show, but he was like laying in bed with like a big halo over his head. And I was like, oh my God, he must get in a fight and get messed up. And then I saw that thing yesterday on the commercial for it. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. Saw him flying down. I was like, somebody's gonna kick him over a railing. I was so pissed. Like that was the ultimate spoiler. I never even got spoiled on Game of Thrones that bad. I was mad.
But how? It makes so much sense. Like it was so good. You can't even be. I mean, you can be mad at Robbie for it. Like he shouldn't have done it. The kid showed you mercy, but you did just find out this is the guy that was, his girlfriend was cheating on him with. So you can't even be mad because you just said it's worth kicking the shit out of him. Like you can't hit your girlfriend. But you got to hit somebody.
Right. Exactly. And he's just sitting there on the ground he just got his butt kicked. All his peers are sitting there laughing at him, freaking like filming him and saying, he knows how he's going to be living with this one. And yeah, he just snaps. But you're right, Trone. Spoilers are soilers. I hate them.
Oh, I love them. So spoil everything for me. I do not care.
Yeah, I hate spoilers. So yeah, I made it literally all the way through to the very end, and then the last 2 episodes let me know something was going to happen to Robbie. I was so bummed. I was like, because that would have been like an oh shit moment, like when all that action and then seeing that, you wouldn't have saw that coming. I'd have been like, holy shit. So yeah, I was a little bummed about that, but pretty epic, dude. And like I said, I was sitting here for most of the episode with a huge smile on my face because this was absolutely amazing. Just action packed straight out of the get. It was awesome. So the parents get notified and meet at the hospital, and Johnny tries to apologize, but a scared, terrified mother is not trying to hear it. Carmen blames Johnny for all of this and says she never wants to see him again. I was like, oh, that's not going to work out well when they live right across the hall from each other.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Good luck with that, lady. Oh, but she's good at running, to be fair. She left wherever she lived before that we can't decide where it is. Columbia or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, one of them's going to have to move because that's not going to work out unless she calms down and gets over it a little more. But yeah, that's a rough one. Like, how do you look at the guy that you think is the cause for your child maybe being paralyzed? Like, that's a rough get. I don't know if a loving mother gets over that one.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know. Then we get Johnny finally listening to the message, and we get that Miguel left earlier, which just adds to the heartache and pain. Like, and I don't feel it was wrong for Johnny to ignore that call from Miguel when he got it. Like, he was finally bonding with his own son. I mean, the timing was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's a bad one. Like, they hit you with it. You're like, dang it.
That was a rough one, dude. It's like, and like I said, you can't be mad at Johnny because he's finally doing the right thing, and trying to, patch things up with his own kids. So that was a rough one. But he had told Miguel earlier that he would always be there for him, and never like let anything bad happen. And woo, it went bad real quick. I mean, even if Johnny answers that call, is there anything that changes in that situation?
Probably not.
Not the way that was going. Tori with a Y was on a mission. So Johnny does what Johnny does and turns to the hop juice and tries to drink his troubles away. And he winds up back at the dojo only to find that the doors were unlocked. So he makes his way back to the back room just to see half of his students are practicing, but not alone. Kreese is back to take what he thinks has been his all along. I started Cobra Kai and nobody's going to take it away. What do you think about that?
Like I said from the beginning, like, you know, this person was abusive and you brought him around kids. Like, you know, you can't do that.
No,
that's your own fault, Johnny.
Yeah, this whole thing is kind of his fault in that way, and it's just like, now what? Like, but I didn't like how, like, when Johnny went to step to Kreese, like, all the kids stepped in his way. Like, I was kind of feeling Johnny when he said, after all I've done for you, like, especially Hawk, what a dick. You were a nobody little nerd before Johnny turned you around.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I really liked Hawk until, like, later in the series. But, you know, he was my favorite. He was top. But they kind of ruined him. Like, for me, this guy that made you what you are, you just, like, abandon him for Kreese because why?
Exactly. What's that all about, dude? Come on. This guy changed your whole life, got you with girls, got kids not making fun of you, turned you into somebody, or helped you turn yourself into a somebody, and this is the repayment you give him? You're going to blame Miguel on Johnny? Like, what? Which Which, coming from Hawk's side, he did show the one time when Johnny started to change it around and started to show mercy was when it was his son that was involved. So, I mean, coming from Hawk's point of view, you can kind of see that, you know, his best friends just got punished, might be paralyzed for life, and it's because of Johnny's son, who Johnny's been – the only time Johnny showed mercy was when it came to the son, and now that mercy has his buddy, you know, wrapped up in a hospital. So, I mean, you can kind of see where Hawk's coming from a little bit.
Yeah, I just think we talked about it before. Like, what is showing mercy? Like, you know, cheating's not showing mercy, but, you know, from his perspective, he thinks it is. So I don't know. We differ on that as usual. Like, what mercy is.
Johnny's son did do that to Miguel. That's a rough go. I mean, what a just twisted, messed up triangle that wove. It's like, oh my God. Like, just, yeah, I love this show. That's just all there is to it. Like, it was amazing. But I was glad that Johnny decided to just let it all go. Like his boys said on the retreat, he should have never brought Cobra Kai back in the first place. Like, it really, I kind of think what kind of was Kreese's. It was kind of evil from jump to finish. And, you know what I mean? There's no reason for Johnny to bring that back. Why not just start a new one in your own name?
I think you can take something that has some positives and some negatives and bring out the positives of it and drop the negatives of it, right? Like, he wasn't overbearing like Kreese. Like, they had similar mentalities, and he thinks that's important, right? Like, you know, no mercy, attack, like that time, like, take control of your situation, that type of stuff. You can take the good out of it and it just not be, you know, the authoritarian that Kreese is.
If you're only going to take the good out of it or take part of it, then why not just take part of it? Why not call yourself King Cobra Dojo or, you know, K-Kai, whatever, you know what I mean? Why did you have to take Kreese's name of something that was already spoiled? Like, that name is already ruined. Why would you even want – it's already tainted. Why would you mess with it? Why wouldn't you just let it go and start afresh, start something new?
Because it's part of his identity. We already see that Johnny lives in the 80s. Like, that's him. He isn't, and he's not going to start another dojo that sounds similar. You know, he's just going to.
Yeah, but a lot of this show has been about Johnny's growth, and I think part of that growth needs to be like jumping out of that old burnt up mentality and getting into something new and fresh. Something
that's what he's doing.
Yeah, it took him to the end of the season, but that is absolutely what he's doing. And you and me both, Samuel Starr. I am absolutely ready for season 3, dude. It's gonna be so dope. It's gonna be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I also liked how Mama-san finally cracked the whip on Danielson when Amanda said Daniel was trying to say how he's not going to let Cobra Kai get away with this, and Amanda was like, "No, karate days is over, no more." Like Daniel finally got it. Like, shit. Like he was still like, "Oh, I'll get revenge." Like he was still in that mentality of like this age-old freaking. It's like, come on, man. It's like even with your daughter in the hospital, not in the room because now they think she's got cracked ribs, and you're still thinking about how you're gonna get revenge and still go back and fuck. Like, I don't know. Is he out of his mind?
Yes. How can he even be like that? The kid that you trained has now paralyzed another kid because of your feud, right? In his eyes, he doesn't know the whole situation, right? If he's thinking it's Cobra Kai's fault. Well, that's your feud that caused this kid to presumably possibly be paralyzed, right? Mm-hmm. So how Danny is the worst, right? I would be more worried. I'd be like, well, shit, what the hell were you doing? Like, you got this kid end up almost dead. Like, and you still can't be mad at his daughter about it. Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, when kids hurt themselves or in situations, you get so mad at them for it.
Well, yeah, because you're scared because it could have been even worse.
Yes, because it's so dumb and it could have ended up way worse than that. And Danny's still just like, them assholes, look what they did to my daughter. She had no part of it, and it's all Johnny's fault. Danny, you're so stupid. When are you going to grow?
Exactly. You're the one that wanted to do this. You're the one that wanted to bring on another dojo, and now you have warring dojos. Like, this is 100% your fault. Johnny had it first. Johnny brought it back. Johnny was teaching the kids, and you couldn't have that, so you had to start your own faction, and now your daughter's in a hospital with broken ribs and scarred faces. I mean, that is 100% Daniel's fault. Unbelievable. And you're right, Linda. Johnny really changed throughout the show, so in the beginning, he didn't know any better, and he has come a very long way throughout. It's been fun growing with him. The dream of the 80s is alive in Cobra Kai. You got that right, and I am loving every minute of it. It's been amazing. Johnny needs a lawyer. He might have some legality on his side since he paid for it all. Yeah, but all that was, I mean, there's no contracts. It was all done with the handshake, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done.
I don't think it'll matter.
He said
because because he fought to have it entered into the tournament, right? It shows that he assumed responsibility. So he has like paperwork that he owns that business, and he has the business license. Because remember, the inspector had to come, so he had to have had a license to get the inspector and stuff to come.
And I think he realized, like in the big picture of it, he could have fought and kept it. But if these kids just want to turn their back on him and go with Kreese, I think he's kind of like, good riddance. Fine. You want him, you deserve him. You can have him. I kind of think that's where his headspace was at in that situation.
Mm.
Yeah, that was ruthless. Isn't Allie with an eye a pediatric surgeon? I don't remember if they said what her job was.
I think she's with maybe a surgeon or something. I don't remember, but you're probably right. Something like that.
Yeah, I have to go back and check that out. That's awesome. I know. Need the quick rerun before it comes through because it's coming up. We already know something's about to happen. But out to Johnny reflecting on the bench, out on the beach, and he's got a lot of changes about to happen, and he's ready. He's had enough. He throws the key to his badass Cobra Kai machine in the car for whoever wants it. Like, he's basically just done. And then his phone buzzes with a ringer he hates and he can't stand, and so he just decides he's done with that bit of technology too and just throws that out into the sand and walks away. But as the camera pans back over the phone, who did you think was calling him?
I don't know.
I thought it was Robbie. I thought Robbie was calling like, Dad, I messed up. I'm in trouble. I need your help. I thought it was 100% going to be Robbie on the phone.
That makes the most sense. And he would just chuck his phone. Wait, I don't know where my son is. And he just possibly killed somebody. Get my phone out of here.
Let me make sure nobody can get a hold of me. But maybe Johnny was doing that because he thought it might be Robbie and he didn't want to deal with it because he's mad too. He's like, he's basically thinking of Miguel as a son by this point. And, one son just put another son in the hospital. He's not going to be happy about that at all.
I think it's more like he's just mad at like what all this brought him, and he wants to go back to how his life was. Like, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was like, you know, all his actions of coming into like modern day has, you know, hurt so many people or whatever.
Hey, look who made it to the chat. What's up, Jay Cruz? Good to see you out there. Good to see you. Definitely just wrapping up this finale of Cobra Kai. Just an absolutely amazing episode. Maybe the most amazing episode of the entire series. It has been absolutely phenomenal. I love this episode. Been getting down this whole time. I think Daniel told Johnny when they were talking about her, something like that. Maybe it was her husband. Yeah, that's where in the bar is when they talked about it. I just don't remember who was what. But absolutely. Cobra Kai, Targaryen, Civil War. Oh, it's coming. Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, it ain't over. I don't care what Amanda says. There is still some beefs to be displayed. And you got Cobra Kai out there. That's going to have to be handled. So absolutely. Hawk would be a Blackfire? Would Hawk be a Blackfire? Maybe. Like the Monstrous? Maybe he would be. That's funny to think about. That's awesome. But yeah, that was when I heard that phone ring, I 100% thought it was going to be freaking Robbie calling like, "Dad, I messed up and I need some help." But oh no, it was not. Lo and behold, it was Allie with an I beeping in with a friend request. What? I was just like, oh my God, it's finally coming. I thought she might make an appearance by the finale, but looks like they might just be bringing her in for season 3, which would be awesome.
Yeah. She's married though. Imagine here comes another situation, another relationship destroyed.
Yep, another tangled web we weave. It's about to be on.
Oh man.
Yeah. With Kreese back, it just got started. It's definitely not going anywhere now. Now the battle's really just begun because we already know Kreese is all about war. You think maybe Johnny, I was thinking about that. Maybe it was Johnny thinking that it was Robbie calling and you didn't want to deal with it. Does Allie with an I make an appearance next season, or is she just going to be talked about some more?
Oh, she's going to be there. Right? Yeah. Especially now we're talking about her. I know that her husband is a doctor. 100% her husband's a doctor. So maybe that brings it in. She has a reason to come there.
Oh, wow. That would be something. That would be a trip. Because if he's a kid's doctor, maybe that would be it. Maybe he'll be the specialist that has to come in and save Miguel. I like that. So he has to come and save Miguel, and then Allie's there. And basically this doctor comes in and saves your basically second son, and you're going to take his wife away for the problem and the headache of it. Nice. Oh, that'll be crazy. I know she's not in The Boys anymore after Homelander burned out her eyes. Oh no! Did you just hit a huge spoiler for season 3? We're not there yet, or season 2?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I don't care about spoilers.
I do, and I've been freaking waiting for Snafu to catch up, so I haven't freaking watched any of season 2.
We gotta talk about it. So,
absolutely, maybe knock that one out next week.
Yeah, sorry, holidays made it difficult to do it.
Absolutely, we got to be with the fam first. Absolutely, it's like love square. I love square instead of a triangle. Yeah, exactly. Just bringing another point to the problem.
Yeah, but Miguel's mom's left out. Like, we need some kind of thing. Like Johnny, maybe 80s style, ends up with 2 women, Amanda, and then Miguel's mom. That's how I want it to work out. And then since Danny likes living in high school so much, he can get back with Allie.
Oh, you hope it's Daniel that ends back up with Allie in this situation.
Yeah, I don't care about her. I want Johnny to take Danny's wife, like, just because I hate him so much.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen early on. The way it was going, I thought that was going to be a twist they were going to bring on, and they still may. We don't know. Especially if Daniel can't get over it, and then Amanda starts seeing that Johnny is actually the bigger man in this situation, and he really doesn't want to fight. And when if she actually talks to Johnny and figures out, like, I wouldn't mind being friends with him, I never really had a problem, and sees that it really is Daniel that's been perpetuating this whole time, that shit could happen. It could happen. And no, it's not a porno, but that could still happen. Those two could definitely do it. Oh, one
Johnny
from
converts to being a Mormon, and then he gets sister wives. Doesn't have to be a porno. They live in different houses, like have 90 kids. I don't know.
So you don't think there's any way that Yaya will be able to talk Carmen down and help reconcile Johnny and Carmen? Like, you just think it's going to be either Johnny or Allie or something else? Like, there's no way Carmen and Johnny get back together?
Oh, I think they do. Like, that's who I want to get together. Like, and then, in my head, I want, a good cathartic ending where Johnny and Carmen's her name,
Mm-hmm.
they get together, and then Robbie and Miguel are like brothers, and they're like, yeah, we're, that's kind of happy ending I want from this show. But
who ends up with Sam? Nobody. Sam just moves on and goes off to college and meets somebody new and is totally out of it completely.
Yeah, probably. She ends up with Dimitri. Screw her. I mean, they're both nerds.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Aisha and Hawk.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just keep going. Like, let's start shipping everybody.
Oh, man, that would be sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. How's it going to open up? Like, is Kreese in episode 1? Like, do they just get it on right away, or do they, like, set some groundwork right out of the gate?
In episode 1, they're probably going to start off with Kreese and his new style of Cobra Kai. Like, super serious, very strict, kind of like throwback to how it was when Danny walked into the dojo the first time. Right? It's going to be like that, I think.
Oh, that'd be kind of awesome. That would be amazing. What do you have going on Saturday? Saturday?
I don't think I have anything going on.
I was wondering, like, maybe since it's coming on Friday, like, what if we did just the opening on Saturday and then just started back on Tuesdays, like with episode 2, and that way you could at least binge the first 2 right away.
Yeah, it'll work.
So, like, man, maybe we'll come on and we'll do the premiere the day after it comes on. So we'll do that way everybody will have a chance to watch it. So we'll do Cobra Kai episode 1 on Saturday, just that one special one for the opening, and then we'll be back on Tuesdays and we'll do 2. We'll do 2 on Tuesday right away, so we can just knock out 1 and 2 like back to back, and kind of get it started with a run and start. Because I know it's gonna be hard for a lot of people not to just binge the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be a bunch of people that watch this that are just going to be throwing spoilers in the. Oh, we're going to have our wrenches on lock.
You will. Yeah, Jake's better be. You got to be cutting those out because I hardly read comment. Well, I guess I can read comments on this one. There's not like too many going through.
Right.
And DJ's a little bit behind. Like our comment section in the chat thing is slow. So if you read those, maybe they just get blocked out.
Well, exactly. And I kind of start talking, and then I'll go back and kind of look at the comments.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of time to knock all the spoilers out before we actually see it.
So I might be able to do it because I don't mind spoilers. So
I could. See that happen. Because everybody's going to be back on pace because everybody's seen 2 or whatever. But now that everybody will be on the same page with season 3, like yeah.
And then I'm going to be throwing up. I'm going to create a different account, and I'm going to throw up fake spoilers so you won't even know. I'll watch ahead.
Oh man, so many predictions to ponder, Linda. It's going to be so sweet. I can't wait to get it on. It's going to be great. Jake thinks Kreese and Johnny get into a fist fight, like a real fist fight, like karate out the door. They're going for blood on this next one. Is that what's going to happen?
Well, they already got into a fist fight, so
they've had a couple little spats. They haven't I guess that was a pretty good fight when they caught the dojo on fire. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was like a real fight.
Yeah. So yeah, and Johnny was definitely getting that better of him, I think. But then he showed mercy. That was bad.
How about Danny gets in a fight with Kreese? Then you got something new. Or I guess you could do a rematch.
And then we find out how unlike Mr. Miyagi that Danielson is because he doesn't show mercy. Like where Miyagi just grabbed him by the nose and honked him, Daniel just smashes his face and puts him down. Like, dude, you hurt kids. You did this. And he literally goes in to hurt Kreese. That'd be kind of a sick twist.
Well, how about Damn, we were like led to. We should have known that this was gonna happen to Miguel. What happened in that episode where they got Johnny and Kreese got in a fight, and Johnny showed him Mercy on the ground, and then Kreese kicked him from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we should have saw that coming.
Sick little callback, yeah. And all of a sudden, Johnny's like teaches him the same thing, and now he's in a body bag almost. It's terrible. Jay Cruz wants to know: did Carmen know that it was Johnny's son who did that?
She might know at this point. I guess if it didn't get said on the show, then you can't assume that it happened. But you would have to assume that you know what happened. Yeah, the mom just comes in like, oh, my son's in the hospital. I have no information. Oh, there was just a fight. No, she has to know that it was Johnny's son.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean, it could be like all the kids were fighting. It was a big brawl, and this is what happened. And because she was just yelling at him, like, he used to run from fights. He wouldn't do this. Like, it might even come tenfold if she finds out it was his actual son that did this. Like, ooh, that's a whole nother kick. Or maybe, like, Yaya talks her down a little bit, and she's like, I know it's not totally your fault, and I'm sorry. This hurt so much. And then it comes to find out that it's his son, and then it's like, game over.
that's likely.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. I'm not sure. Is it going to be like Disney, where like The Mandalorian came out at midnight, like 12:01, and it was on and running, or is this going to be like have to wait till 7 a.m.? I would guess it seems like midnight clicks and they put it out, but I don't know. I'm not sure how quick they get that one up, Jay Cruz. That'll be fun. I'm sure we'll all be watching with our fingers on the dial, though. Oh, so many predictions to ponder.
I think Netflix usually does 9 o'clock, right, in the morning.
What's that?
I think Netflix usually does 9 o'clock in the morning. Maybe
no
I'm
idea.
wrong.
I have no idea. Johnny held back in that fight, though. Yeah, and he still ended up winning, but ended up losing in the long run. Kreese is the type to hire someone from the past to start fighting with both. Yeah, I thought he was going to get one of his old buddies to come back like he did in Karate Kid 3 and mess somebody up. I really thought Tori with a Y was going to end up being Kreese's kid or niece or something like that. Like, I was bummed when that didn't come through. And it still could. Like, it's still not totally out, but I don't know. I really thought that was going to be a thing. Miguel beat up Kreese in Karate Kid 3. There you go. Or Miyagi beat up Kreese in Karate Kid 3. Did he? I don't even remember. I really got to go back and watch that. It's been way too long. There's foreshadowing and prophecy in Cobra Kai. Of course, it's a reason to do it. Season 3 prophecy: the sun's son will fall in love with the moon's daughter. What? Moon gets pregnant? Is it Hawks or is it did her and her new girlfriend adopt? Dude, Moon's new girlfriend was a cutie. You didn't watch The Boys season 1 yet? Yeah, I've seen season 1. I have definitely seen season 1, all of it. I have not seen season 2 yet. I don't remember that happening in season 1, though. Two Tories could still be related to Kreese. Yeah, I think that might happen. That still could be a thing. I was shocked that that's not one of the big reveals that they did by the end of the season. Like I said, I thought 100% that was going to be the one. I thought that was going to be either his niece or his daughter, or at the very least, he was getting drunk at a bar that she was at because she already said that she knows bartenders and hangs out at bars or whatever. So I kind of thought maybe he would have been drunk at a bar, saw her there, and then used her for this big scam to get Johnny's number one student away from him or whatever. So, yeah, that maybe still could come to pass, but I don't know. Allie died in season 1, episode 8. Allie died. How'd that happen?
The actress.
Allie died. The actress did?
No, not her character from The Boys.
Season 1. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that. I must be thinking of something different. Oh, I was thinking of Starlight.
Yeah, no, Starlight is the girl from True Detective.
Yeah, she's the main character. That's who I thought he was talking about. I was like, what? I don't remember that happening. But yeah. Now I'm back on page. Now I'm back on track. That's right. Elizabeth, she was the main one. Okay, yep. Back on track, and I do remember that happening. So, yeah, Sam the Morningstar, you're right. You did not spoil anything. I have seen that already. I do need to go back and watch it, though. That took a minute to catch back up. We need a way to work in Silver, maybe, Tori. We need a way to work in Silver.
Yeah, Silver, the guy from Karate Kid 3.
Is that Kreese's buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I can't even remember what happened to him because I know they didn't kill him. But, yeah, they just beat them both down, right? like left him bloody there or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that.
I don't know. I fell asleep during it, so I didn't even get to finish it. When my family watched Karate Kid 3, I fell asleep.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it because there is a bunch of. I remember hating it the first time I watched it, but now going back, looking at it with fresh eyes, like I think I'd appreciate it a lot more, especially after watching Cobra Kai, like the little tie-ins it has and all that. I definitely gotta go back and watch that. So that sounds like a plan. Maybe this Saturday we'll get on and talk about the opening, the season 3 opening, and then we'll be back on Tuesday to talk about episode 2 and be back on track from there.
Sounds good to me.
Right on. Well, that's going to do it then, everybody. Hope you guys are around on Saturday. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and do episode 1 on the Saturday, and then we'll be back on track, just our normal hours, doing it on Tuesdays for episode 2 and every episode after that. So I want to thank everybody that's been coming along on this track with us. It has been a party, and the party continues this Saturday. So hope to see you all there. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. You guys be easy. We'll see you soon.